Hi, this is Stephan and Janosch from ZODIAC.
And you are watching Stormbringer, the Austrian heavy sign.
Janosch, Stephan, it's your first headliner tour as a real headliner. How does it feel? How were the concerts so far?
They've been very good so far, I think. It's very exciting for us because, yeah, as you said, it's the first time for us. We've been in a lot of cities we've been before, like with this other support band, and now we're doing the headliner shows, and it was good so far.
So there's no support band this time?
I think today there is no band, but sometimes there are, yeah.
So you can play a longer set or something?
Yeah, and it's much more like we are recording a live record on this tour, and then it's much easier because everything is mic'd up and all the recording stuff. And when you have a support band, you have to remove the drum kit and stuff. So it's much easier to play without a support band. But in some cities we had a support band, and in some cities not. So it depends on the city.
Yeah. Do you cutting the live album each night or just one concert? Or?
No, we're recording every show on this tour, and after that we have like 16 or 17 shows recorded, and then we can choose the best songs from each night. And so
you made 3 albums in 3 years. That's a rather fast working mode. What was the reason to be that quick?
I think we didn't really think about. We just did it, and but it's a little bit different with the last record, with our new one, Sonic Child, which just came out. Because in the last year, in November, I think we were supposed to go on tour in the US to do a support tour, and we were denied the visas. So we had to cancel the tour, and we had a lot of time. And then we thought about, what should we do now? And then we thought about maybe just writing a new album. Yeah, and so it happened.
So why were you denied the visas? Were you looking like terrorists or something?
No, I think it hasn't to do with that. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes even to bigger bands. So
you need a working visa for a tour, or just a tourist visa?
You need a working visa, and it's just we also had a lawyer just for our label in the US. They hired a lawyer just to get our visas done, and then at the same time it was the government shutdown shit in the US, and after that even bigger bands like Sepultura or stuff they didn't get the visas. So it was the end of the year, and somebody also told us that it's much easier to get visas at the beginning of the year instead of the end of the year. So it's stupid. So it's
a bit complicated.
It's complicated, and the funny thing, or not so funny thing, is that it's so easy for bands from the US to tour Europe. It's like just going to some bureau or something, and I want to tour in Europe. Is it possible? Oh yeah, please give me a piece of paper. I will sign it to you, and let's go. So
you got a new record out. It's called Sonic Child. What is the idea behind this? I think you were thinking about listening to music like with a child's ears. But how did the idea come to life?
We just talked about if it would be an idea to do a concept album, and then we just talked about ideas that came to our minds, and pretty soon it was sure that we would like to make a concept album about music, or about love for music, because we think that's the most important thing about playing in a band. It's not that much like style or images or stuff like that. It's about the music. That's what's important to us. So yeah, we decided to write an album about this. Yeah.
Was there an initial moment, some song from your childhood that you're listening to that you say, oh, okay, all the memories coming back?
No, I can't say that. No.
What did you think of when you think of your childhood? Which music do you connect with it?
I don't really remember music from a very early childhood, but later on, when I grew a little bit older, I mostly heard the music my parents liked, and it was rock music from like in the 80s and stuff like mostly Pink Floyd and Genesis and bands like that. So that's what I would remember. Yeah.
What are you remembering when you're thinking of your childhood? Which music comes to your mind?
Yeah, almost the same. Like Stephan already said, my parents are really big music fans. So my father, he was also on the band, in a band back in the days, and music was always very important in my family. So my father, he has a big record collection, and I totally grew up with music. So and they supported me from the beginning that I can learn an instrument and stuff like that. I started with a piano, and then later on with the drums. And yeah, my parents were always very supportive about music, and so yeah. And nowadays, when I was like 16 till 24 or something, I was listening mostly to like heavy music or like hard rock, metal and stuff. And but nowadays, when you getting older, you think about, okay, where it all started and stuff. So and it's normal that you when you are digging deep, that you are looking, or that you getting to the blues. And my father, he's like a big fan of all this blues rock stuff, and nowadays I go to concerts with my parents, and we almost listening to the same kind of music. But everybody of us, I think, have a very we are not listening only to rock music or only to metal music. We are also listening to some funky stuff, soul music, even rap music. So it's and I think that was also very important for the new record to not saying, okay, we can't do that because that's not typical for blues rock or for heavy rock, hard rock music. So, and you can hear many influences on the new record, even like I said, like funky parts and
Iron Maiden.
My all-time favorite band, and I said to the guys, okay, I definitely have to it's all like doing this Where Eagles Dare.
That's what I was thinking of.
It's very obvious. So
a tribute.
It's a tribute, yeah, and So, but then you have like from Iron Maiden to James Brown, and I think that's a very wide range of musical influences.
But you were talking about getting older, but do you think it's important to keep listening like you did as a child, to try to keep listening as a child?
Of course, but it's not possible anymore. When you
can try.
You can try, of course, and I really like it when I just put on a record, a vinyl on the record player, and just listening, not reading or hanging out on Facebook and stuff, just listening to music. But nowadays it's so you have stuff like Spotify, so what I'm listening today, blah blah blah, and so you
have so many things in mind that you can't get out to concentrate.
Yeah, and music is just like one click on the mouse pad. So, and it's not like going to a record store, listening to some records, buy maybe 2 or 3 records, going home and listening to the new records.
Why not? You can still do that.
I do that, of course. I really like it. I also I have to say I use actually things like Spotify to just listening to new music or something. But when I like a record, I go to a record store and buy it, and then I listening to a vinyl or something. But I think many people, they just use like Spotify. They use it for free. So, and we as a musician, when you play like 1,000 times a ZODIAC record, we get maybe like 50 cents or something. So, and if the people even would like just spend 10 euros a month to use things like Spotify, it would be okay. So then
To support musicians.
Yeah, to support musicians, but not thinking about, okay, music is for free when I I have to listen to one crappy commercial after 3 songs, but I don't care. So but for me it's really important for us, it's really important that people support music, that people buy records, that people go to shows, that because
Say it in the camera out to the people.
oh yeah, of course, so people go to a record store and buy vinyl CDs and stuff.
You said something about Pink Floyd before. That's something I keep listening your record over and over, and there's something I can hear out that you were listening probably to stuff like Pink Floyd and old new age stuff of the 80s, like the intro you made or something. Is this true?
Yeah, I think Pink Floyd is one of my all-time favorite bands, and I really like listening to this stuff. And it happens that if you like it really much, that it has an impact on songwriting. Of course, we just play the music we really like. It's not like we go into the rehearsal room and think about, oh, maybe we should write a song like this or like that, because we don't think about what people maybe would expect. We really like to have the possibility to write songs and make music that we by ourselves like a lot. So yeah, that's true.
But the new record is chilled out even more than the previous record, I guess. So are you? I think so. Are you as persons getting more and more relaxed in the business with your music and playing live?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. But we did, as I already said, we didn't intend to get more laid back, and it just evolved.
Just happens.
Yeah.
Are you yourself more a vinyl type or a Spotify type?
Both. It's like Janosch already said, because I always been collecting. First it was CDs and like vinyls from the flea markets. I bought a lot of vinyls there, and then in the last years, when this vinyl hype a little bit came up, which is not meant in a bad way, because I like it to get my favorite records on vinyl again in a store. Yeah, I mostly buy vinyls, and I use Spotify for being on the road for my iPod. Yeah.
Can't use records in the tour bus with a record player or something.
Like I said, we both spent money for using Spotify, so it would be like totally stupid if I use it just for free as a musician. That it's
of course.
it's stupid.
Would be no logic in it.
No.
You were both in a death metal band before. That's very funny, because you drifted into some very different kind of music with the time. I mean, you play with Long Distance Calling as well. And how did you find the way out from death metal to like vintage rock music?
I've always been a fan of rock music, and I've always played like besides Misery Speaks, this death metal band you're talking about. I've always been playing in a rock band before, which it was a little heavier than ZODIAC, but it was still rock or rock and roll music. And Yeah, even the last record we did with Misery Speaks had very much rock influences, but we arrived at a point where we had the feeling that this band doesn't really work anymore so good. We were really satisfied with the record we did, but yeah, we had the feeling that it's now a good time for a split, because we had the feeling we should do something else, and we didn't really intend when we split up to do a new band so fast, and that it would be this style. But yeah, we've been friends since years, and we really talking a lot about music and see each other, and then one came to another, and yeah, we were in a band again.
And you can be much more relaxed by playing rock stuff than playing death metal stuff, because it demands much more of the drummer as well, I guess.
I'm a much better rock drummer than a metal drummer, so I never was good in playing fast death metal stuff, and it was like more a sport thing of playing drums, and I started to play in long distance calling beside Misery Speaks. It was almost when the first Misery Speaks record came out, I started to do long distance calling, and that was something very different. So, and I recognized that for me it's just much more fun to play this groovy stuff. Of course, sometimes energetic, but for me as a drummer, it's a way better feel and a way, it's much more fun. So.
You did a cover version on each of the 3 records. This time it was from Bachmann Turner Overdrive. And under which criteria do you choose the tracks that you want to cover? Is it just songs you all like, or is it just comes in? A song comes on the radio and say, I want to cover this song?
Yeah, mostly someone got the idea and came with the idea to the rehearsal room, and we just tried it. We tried some other songs, and when we've been like playing it just for a few minutes, when we really soon recognized, oh no, that's not a good song for ZODIAC. We recognized this very fast. So on the first record there was a Blue Jean Blues from ZZ Top, which worked very good for us. We had the feeling that we do not just cover the songs, but we try to give it like a ZODIAC vibe, and that worked very good. And the same was with Cortez the Killer from Neil Young on the second record, and now it was Not Fragile, which I think Janosch came up with the idea of covering the song.
So you're gonna play this song live as well?
No, unfortunately, I think we're not gonna play this tonight, but we're gonna play Cortez the Killer.
But I'm sure you're playing lots of other songs, own songs, long and short ones, and I hope the gig tonight will be very satisfying for both you and me and the rest of the audience. And I say thank you to Janosch and Stephan.